Let me catch you at a red light, Finny.
This video circulating on social media appears to show the shooting as it happened near the Bellagio fountains last night. All that could be heard was the bullet shots and the screams of terror. Here's the breakdown. Metro Police responded to the shooting on the Strip last night on the 3600 block of Las Vegas Boulevard, near the Bellagio fountains around 10:40 p.m. Police
down. Right there, he's shot.
Oh my God,
I watched him
really?
fucking bust a gap in him.
ran towards the gunfire and found 2 victims on the ground, suffering from gunshot wounds. Despite life-saving measures, both victims were pronounced dead on the scene. Metro believes that Ruiz and one of the victims had previously engaged in some type of conflict using a variety of social media platforms. Now, people who were on the Strip last night, just minutes before this terrifying incident, are jaw-dropped that this happened in such a public area.
This is about real bullets, real blood, and real death on the Las Vegas Strip. 2 people died because of a YouTube feud, and it was all caught on camera. If you think online drama doesn't matter, if you think it's all just jokes and games, this story will change your mind forever. Hit that subscribe button because this is going to be a wild ride. And trust me, you don't want to miss what happens next. It's 2021. While most people are stuck at home because of COVID, there's a group of people who turned the Las Vegas Strip into their office. These aren't your typical YouTubers sitting in their bedrooms. These are street streamers. They walk around with their phones out, talking to thousands of viewers. They go into casinos, review cheap buffets, talk to random people on the street. Their chat is constantly buzzing with donations and comments. For them, every step down the Strip could make them money. But here's the thing about any scene. There's always someone who thinks they're the king. And in Vegas streaming, that person was Manuel Ruiz. Online, everyone knew him as Manny Sin City. This guy didn't just stream, he performed. He painted his face, he yelled at his camera, he acted like he owned every inch of Las Vegas Boulevard. He had this thing called the Sin City family, his loyal followers who would do anything for him. And Manny made sure everyone knew the rules. If you wanted to stream in Vegas, you had to respect him. He was the gatekeeper. He was the boss. At least, that's what he told himself. But what happens when a new king shows up to the kingdom? Meet Brenton Wynn, known online as Finny the Legend. This guy was different from Manny in every way possible. Where Manny was aggressive and loud, Finny was funny and charming. Where Manny streamed alone with his face paint, Finny had his wife Tiffany, who he lovingly called Bubbly. They were the perfect streaming couple. Finny would crack jokes. Tiffany would laugh and interact with the chat. They had this natural chemistry that you just can't fake, and their audience loved them for it. Now, Finny wasn't even from Vegas. He was from Arizona. But when he started streaming on the Strip, something magical happened. People who used to watch Manny started watching Finny instead.
Bubbly Finny. I'm all bubbly. No, I got her when I was in high school. I was scoring touchdowns. Shout out to Sin City family. We're gonna stream tonight. I got a couple videos of Manny cheating. I know that's crossing the line, crossing the bro code, but hey, he started it. He crossed the line first. So yeah, we got some videos. We're gonna go live tonight. Come on, y'all. When I go check that thing, let me see. I got some subscribers over there, man, so we could keep this going. Y'all say y'all like it, so go subscribe to Sin City Finny. Get those subscribers up over there, and let's see what their next move gonna be. So I started watching Manny around pandemic time just to see Vegas from the comfort of my house. I used to watch him way back then, and I stopped around the time when, because a lot of people in the chat were saying when he fired the mods. That's around the time I stopped.
Imagine you're in high school, and there's this one kid who thinks he's the coolest person in school. He's got his little group of friends who follow him around. Then one day, a new kid shows up. This new kid is actually cool, actually funny, actually likable. Suddenly, everyone wants to hang out with the new kid instead. That's exactly what happened to Manny. His viewers were leaving. His donations were dropping. His kingdom was crumbling. And Manny's ego couldn't handle it. Now, when normal people have competition, they might try to improve their content. They might collaborate. They might just accept that there's room for everyone. But Manny wasn't normal people. In his mind, Finny wasn't competition. He was a thief who was stealing what belonged to him. So Manny decided to use YouTube itself as a weapon. Here's how he did it. On YouTube, if someone uses your content without permission, you can file something called a copyright strike. If YouTube agrees with you, they take down that person's video. Get 3 strikes, and your entire channel gets deleted. Gone. Years of work, thousands of subscribers, your entire income just erased. And that's exactly what Manny started doing to Finny.
That's why I want to put it on y'all too. If he give us another strike and I got 3, y'all know that channel mean everything to him. He don't got no outside friends, nothing. I don't think I could do it in my heart. And I'm saying this on live so he can hear it too. Shout out LDT. But I don't think I can take his channel from you, man.
Finny would also say this about Manny.
Let's get this clear though, y'all, because we all laugh and joke. This is a PR. This is a PR moment. We all laugh and joke, but mental illness is real, and we can clearly see this guy is mentally ill. He's so close to going in the closet, man. And he's so close, man.
Fuck that. You know what the first thing I asked you, did you give him a strike?
You can hear he's trying to stay positive, but you can also hear the frustration. This was his livelihood that Manny was attacking. This was how he paid his bills, how he supported his wife. But here's where Finny made a decision that would change everything. Instead of backing down, he decided to fight back with humor. Finny created a brand new YouTube channel, and the name he chose was Pure Genius and Pure Provocation. He called it Sin City Finny. Do you understand what he just did? Manny had spent years building the Sin City brand. That was his thing, his identity, his claim to fame. And Finny just took it and made it his own. It was like Finny was saying, you want to play games? Fine. I'm not just going to stream in your city, I'm going to be the city. The internet went crazy. Finny's fans thought it was hilarious. Manny's fans were outraged. The drama channels picked it up. Everyone was talking about it. But what seemed like a funny joke to most people felt like a declaration of war to Manny. The back and forth escalated fast. What started as copyright strikes turned into personal attacks. They started going after each other's wives. Finny would make jokes about Manny's wife on stream. Manny would respond by using disgusting racial slurs against Finny, who was a black man. This wasn't about YouTube anymore. This wasn't about views or money. This was about hatred. And then, on one of his live streams, surrounded by his most loyal followers, Manny Ruiz said something that should have been a wake-up call for everyone. For those who don't know street language, a green light means you're marked for death. It means anyone loyal to the person who issued it has permission to attack you on sight. Manuel Ruiz, on a public live stream, just ordered a hit on Finny. He told thousands of people that this man was a target. But here's the scariest part. I don't think Manny thought it was real. I think he thought he was playing a character, acting like some kind of mob boss from a movie. He thought it was all part of the show. Now, if someone put a death threat on your head in front of thousands of people, what would you do? Most people would stay as far away from that person and their city. But in November 2021, Finny and Tiffany made a decision that would cost them everything. They decided to take a vacation to Las Vegas. Why would they go to the one place where their biggest enemy lived? Did they think it was all just internet drama? Were they trying to prove they weren't scared? Or did they just refuse to let a bully control their lives? We'll never know for sure, but what we do know is that the moment they posted their location on social media, they signed their own death warrant. Now, Despite that death threat hanging over their heads, Finny and his wife Tiffany decided to take a vacation to Las Vegas in November 2021. They had no idea they were walking into a trap. November 2021. Finny and Tiffany packed their bags in Arizona and drive to Nevada. Like any couple on vacation, they're excited. They want to share their trip with their fans. So Finny does what every content creator does. He posts on social media. We're in Vegas. To Finny's fans, this was just a normal vacation update. But to Manny and his followers, this was like sending up a flare signal. The enemy had entered his territory. Manny saw that post within minutes, and instead of just staying home and ignoring it, he made a decision that would change everything. He got in his car, turned on his phone camera, and started his own live stream. But this wasn't his usual casino walk or buffet review. This was something much more sinister. Picture this. It's nighttime in Las Vegas. The Strip is buzzing with tourists and lights, and somewhere in that chaos, Manny Ruiz is driving around with his phone mounted on his dashboard, streaming to his followers. "I'm out here searching for my baby. I heard there's one of my biggest fans here in Bleep Town. I was dying to see him. You come to my city and think I'm not going to show up? You bleep think I'm not going to show up? Wherever you go, I will be there." This is terrifying when you really think about it. This isn't just trash talk anymore. This is a man actively hunting another human being. He's driving around Las Vegas, broadcasting his search to thousands of viewers, looking for someone to hurt. And his followers in the chat, some of them were encouraging him. They were treating it like entertainment, like it was all part of the show. But this wasn't a show. This was premeditated stalking. This was a man who had convinced himself that his online persona was more important than someone else's life. Meanwhile, completely unaware of the danger they're in, Finny and Tiffany are having the time of their lives. They're walking near the famous Bellagio fountains, one of the most beautiful spots in Las Vegas. Their live stream is everything you'd expect from a couple on vacation. They're laughing, they're talking to their chat, they're taking in the sights. Tiffany is being her bubbly self, cracking jokes and interacting with their viewers. Their fans are loving it. People are sending donations, asking them to visit certain spots, just enjoying watching this happy couple explore Vegas together. But here's the chilling part. While they're streaming their vacation, just a few miles away, their stalker is streaming his hunt. Imagine watching this in real time. On one screen, you have a loving couple enjoying their vacation. On the other screen, you have a man filled with rage getting closer and closer to finding them. It's like watching a horror movie, except this is real life, and the victims have no idea the killer is coming. For about an hour, these two streams are running parallel. Manny is driving around, getting more and more frustrated that he can't find them. His chat is giving him suggestions.
Oh, Dark Dante is Bicycle Tony. Oh, Tony, how you doing, brother? Tony, you already know. If you see him, take care of him out there, Tony. You know what I'm talking about, Tony?
Trying to help him locate his targets. Finny and Tiffany are just walking and talking, completely oblivious to the fact that someone is actively hunting them down. And then, around 11 p.m., Manny's luck changed. Somehow, whether through his own searching or tips from his viewers, Manny figured out where Finny and Tiffany were. He started driving toward the Bellagio area. His voice on the stream gets more excited, more focused. He knows he's close. What happened next was captured on Finny's live stream. His phone was pointed forward as he and Tiffany walked down Las Vegas Boulevard. For the viewers watching at home, it must have been confusing at first. One moment they're watching a normal couple's vacation stream, the next moment a figure appears in the camera frame. It's Manny Ruiz. No face paint this time, no theatrical personality, just a man walking up to them with purpose. You can see Finny notice him. There's a moment of recognition. Both men know exactly who the other person is. This is the moment months of online hatred crashes into the real world. The audio is muffled, but you can hear them start to talk. It's hard to make out the exact words, but you can feel the tension through the screen. This isn't a friendly encounter. This isn't a couple of content creators meeting for the first time. This is a predator who has found his prey. What happened next is something that will haunt everyone who saw it for the rest of their lives. The conversation lasts maybe 30 seconds. Then, without warning, Manny pulls out a gun. He shoots Finny. He shoots Tiffany. Two people just living their lives, just enjoying a vacation, are gunned down in cold blood on one of the busiest streets in America. Finny's phone falls to the ground, but the stream keeps going. All the viewers can see now is a blurry image of the Las Vegas pavement. All they can hear is chaos, people screaming, sirens in the distance, the sounds of a real-life nightmare unfolding. But here's something that will break your heart. Even after being shot, Tiffany used her final moments to try to help her husband. Witnesses said she was trying to get to Finny, trying to help him, even as her own life was slipping away. The viewers on the live stream were helpless. They had just witnessed a double murder. The comments were exploding with shock, confusion, and horror. People were calling 911, but it was too late. The green light that Manny had jokingly issued months earlier had been carried out. Not by one of his followers, but by Manny himself. After killing two people in front of hundreds of witnesses and thousands of online viewers, what did Manny do? He ran. The tough guy who talked so much trash online, who called himself the King of Vegas, who threatened people on live streams, when it came down to it, he was just a coward who killed two innocent people and then fled into the night. The Las Vegas Metro Police immediately launched a massive manhunt. They had his name, his face, his car. The entire incident was caught on camera from multiple angles. There was no question who the killer was. But for 11 hours, Manny Ruiz was a fugitive on the run. While police were searching for Manny, the internet was losing its mind. The clips from both live streams spread like wildfire. Everyone was talking about it. Double murder broadcast live on YouTube. Online feud turns deadly in Las Vegas. YouTuber kills rival streamers on camera. This wasn't just a crime story anymore. This was a cultural moment. This was proof that online drama could have real-world consequences. Most people were horrified. Content creators across the platform were calling for peace, talking about how this changed everything, how online feuds needed to stop before someone else got hurt.
But here's the disturbing part. Not everyone condemned what happened. In the comment sections, in Discord servers, in private messages, there was a small but vocal group of people who actually defended Manny. Finny shouldn't have come to Vegas. He provoked Manny for months. He knew what would happen. Actions have consequences. Let me be absolutely clear about something. Making jokes about someone, creating a parody channel, or even insulting them online is not a justification for murder. Nothing Finny ever said or did warranted a death sentence carried out on a public street. But this response showed something scary about internet culture. Some people had become so invested in these online personalities that they lost sight of basic human decency. After 11 hours of running, after becoming one of the most wanted men in America, Manny Ruiz made his final decision. He walked into a police station and turned himself in. The King of Vegas, the tough guy who threatened people online, the man who put green lights on his enemies. When faced with the consequences of his actions, he surrendered without a fight. He was arrested and charged with 2 counts of open murder with a deadly weapon. He was facing life in prison without parole. But the story doesn't end there. What happened in the courtroom will shock you. How did Manny try to defend the indefensible? What was his excuse for killing 2 innocent people? Manny Ruiz tracked down Brenton and Tiffany Wynn on the Las Vegas Strip and shot them both in cold blood. After 11 hours on the run, he turned himself in to police. Now, it was time for the justice system to decide his fate. But what happened in that courtroom, and how Manny tried to justify his actions, will shock you. When Manny walked into that police station, he wasn't the confident king of Vegas anymore. He was just Manuel Ruiz, a 44-year-old man who had thrown his life away over YouTube drama. The charges were serious. 2 counts of open murder with a deadly weapon. In Nevada, open murder means they leave it up to the jury to decide if it was first-degree murder, second-degree murder, or voluntary manslaughter. But everyone knew the truth. This wasn't a crime of passion. This wasn't self-defense. This was premeditated murder, planned and executed by a man who spent hours hunting his victims while broadcasting his intentions to the world. The prosecution had everything they needed. They had Manny's own live stream where he threatened to kill Finny. They had video of him driving around Vegas looking for his victims. They had the murder itself captured on camera from multiple angles. This should have been an open and shut case. But Manny's lawyers had to try something. Their client was facing life in prison. So they came up with a defense strategy that was as insulting as it was ridiculous. They argued that Manny was the real victim. They claimed that months of online harassment from Finny had driven their client to a mental breakdown. They said he was acting in self-defense because he felt threatened. Let me get this straight. A man drives around Las Vegas for hours, hunting 2 people with a gun, shoots them both on a busy street, and then claims he was acting in self-defense? The prosecution played Manny's own words back to him. His green light threat, his hunting stream, his own voice saying he wanted to see Finny's head on a plate. How do you claim self-defense when you're the one who issued death threats and actively stalked your victims? The most heartbreaking part of the trial was when the families of Brenton and Tiffany took the stand. These weren't just YouTube personalities who died. These were real people with real families who loved them. Brenton was a son, a brother, a husband. Tiffany was a daughter, a sister, a wife, who was known for her infectious laugh and positive attitude. They talked about the holes left in their lives, Christmas mornings that would never be the same, phone calls that would never come, grandchildren that would never be born. They talked about how they had to relive their loved ones' final moments over and over again because it was all captured on video and spread across the internet.
I see bullying on both sides because I don't think people just came out of the blue and started being bullies. I think something had to happen to cause that to happen.
Finny to Legend's channel is still online, showing many videos about Manny and his wife Julie. Finny often in hours-long live streams, sometimes sharing Manny's videos and reacting to comments made against him or responding to Manny. Manny's page taken down as of Monday morning, but some sites sharing clips including this one from last year.
He recorded a live stream where Manny said that he's basically gonna come after Finny. So let's have a look at that quickly.
That same YouTube page called LFP Gaming showed a clip of Manny searching for Finny before Sunday's shooting when Finny came to town with his wife.
I'm out here searching for my baby. I went through every casino there is. I heard there's one of my biggest fans here.
Manny can be seen in several videos wearing face paint. I spoke with one YouTube fan who follows Manny and Finny closely. He says the beef goes back to fans finding out that Manny is trying to control streaming in the Vegas area.
He's, demanding, like, you can't go here, you can't do that. And
they couldn't even grieve in private because their tragedy had become viral content. While the trial was happening, the YouTube community was having its own reckoning. Content creators across the platform were talking about this case and what it meant for online culture. Many creators made videos calling for an end to toxic drama content. They talked about how the algorithm rewards conflict and controversy, how drama channels make money off of feuds and beef. YouTube itself made some changes. They updated their harassment policies. They started taking down videos that contained serious threats or doxing information. They tried to make it harder for situations like this to escalate. But critics argued it was too little, too late. When Manny took the stand in his own defense, it was a disaster for his case. He tried to portray himself as the victim of cyberbullying. He claimed that Finny's jokes and parody channel had destroyed his mental health. He said he felt like his life was in danger. But the prosecution was ready for this. They played clip after clip of Manny's own content, his aggressive threats, his racist language, his green light order. How do you claim self-defense when you're the one who issued death threats and actively stalked your victims? After 3 days of deliberation, the jury reached their verdict. Guilty on both counts of first-degree murder. The families of Brenton and Tiffany wept. They finally had justice for their loved ones. Manny showed no emotion as he was led away in handcuffs. At sentencing, the judge didn't hold back. She called Manny's actions calculated, cold-blooded murder, motivated by nothing more than wounded pride and internet jealousy. Manuel Ruiz was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. He will die behind bars. The Las Vegas streaming community was forever changed by this tragedy. Many content creators stopped streaming on the Strip altogether. Others changed their content to avoid drama and conflict. There's now a small memorial near where Brenton and Tiffany died. Fans leave flowers and notes. Their YouTube channels remain up as a testament to the joy they brought to people's lives. Streaming platforms implemented new policies about threats and harassment. The green light incident became a case study in how online rhetoric can lead to real-world violence. This case forced society to confront some uncomfortable truths about internet culture. We had to admit that the algorithms that run social media platforms are designed to promote conflict. Drama gets views, beef gets clicks, controversy makes money. We had to acknowledge that comment sections and chat rooms can become echo chambers where violence is encouraged and normalized. We had to recognize that some viewers develop unhealthy parasocial relationships with content creators, where they're willing to defend their creator no matter what they do. First, content creators need to understand that their words have power. When you have thousands of followers, you can't just say whatever you want without consequences. Threatening someone, even as a joke, can inspire real violence. Second, platforms need to take threats seriously. They can't wait until someone gets hurt to start enforcing their policies. Death threats should result in immediate bans, not just warnings. Third, viewers need to remember that content creators are real people, not characters in a TV show. When you encourage drama or donate money to feuds, you're contributing to a toxic culture that can turn deadly. Brenton Finny Wynn was 35 years old when he died. Tiffany Bubbly Wynn was 31 years old. They were young, they were in love, and they had their whole lives ahead of them. They died because one man's ego couldn't handle the fact that people liked someone else's content better than his. They died because online drama spiraled out of control. They died because no one took the threat seriously until it was too late. This story isn't just about YouTube or Vegas streamers. It's about all of us. Every time we engage with toxic content, every time we encourage drama, every time we treat online feuds like entertainment, we're contributing to a culture that made this tragedy possible. Since this case, there have been other incidents of online drama turning violent. Swatting attacks, doxing campaigns, real-world confrontations. The line between digital and physical reality continues to blur. Today, if you visit the spot on Las Vegas Boulevard where Brenton and Tiffany died, you might see flowers or notes left by fans. Their YouTube channels are still up, filled with comments from people who miss their positive energy. Rest in peace, Brenton and Tiffany Wynn.